Hello guys. So this class we are going to do various strings operations, and we are going to see what are the inbuilt functions we have that we can use for doing various kind of operations with strings. So let's create a notebook and let's get started. Okay. So the first inbuilt function I want to try um, is something very common, right? That we use. Let's say join function, right? And this join function, what it does, guys, so this join function is something that you have to come up with a sequence. So if you take a very common example, right, so you have one variable or you have one string and you have another string, you have two different strings, you want to join it. So you want to tell, right, which will be the first in the sequence and which will be the second in the sequence. So here something like sequence is very important. So this join function is something, it goes like you have to use join function, and inside we have to provide what is the sequence. So the parameter here is a sequence which you have to provide. Okay, this is a simple syntax for this one if you want to understand. Okay, now let's take one example. So let's call it a is one string, which is, let's say, name. Okay, or let's call it first name. B is another string. Let's call it last name. Okay, and in the last c equal to, let's say, address. Okay, address. And now what you want, that I want to display first name, last name, and then the address of the person. Okay, so I want to make this first a sequence. So what is the sequence of this one will be? So let's create a sequence variable. Okay, sequence, okay, equal to, and you can give this anything, guys. I'm just using sequence, so it will be easy. I can use seq only. Okay, let's give this, provide a sequence. I want A, then I want B, then I want C. Okay, so this is my sequence which will be stored in the seq variable. Now let's create another variable called details, and what we want here, we want to use the join function. So join, and inside it pass the sequence or seq here, right, which we are using. Now let's run this. Before that, let me print details. Okay, if I'm printing this, okay, I'm getting an error. So what is this error, guys? So name seq is not defined, it's saying. Okay, seq is not defined. Okay, because I think it's uppercase, that's why it's saying that. Okay, now you can see I got first name, then last name, and then address. Okay, I can also use this in any functions which will take input from the user, and one by one it will store first name, last name, and it will make this string in the last. Okay, so this is how we can use a join function, right? This is very useful if you're receiving multiple joins from different places, right? Let's say from one application you're getting name of the person, from the other application you're getting address of the person. You want to store or display somewhere what is the name and the address of that particular person, right? You can use the join function and use it. Okay, let's say so let's move to the other one. So this join function, I hope you got this one. So now we are going to try something like replace function. Okay, so this replace or replace, okay. So what it does, so this method is something which takes so I mean, if you just think about it, right? So if you want to replace something, so what you should have, right? So if you want to replace something, you should have a word which you want to replace, and you want a second word for you want to replace that word, right? So first thing, like, it will take two parameters. It will definitely take two parameters, right? At least this function, and the first, so, and the first param will be the word. Let's say you want to replace word, and the second person, the word that you want to replace, word to replace. Okay, we'll take that example so you'll get it more. Okay, so now create a sentence first, right? Let's create a sentence here, or let's create, I mean, one string will create simple. Okay, so let's say, let's call it sentence only. Okay, sentence equal to, let's call this one hello everyone. Okay, now this is one sentence. Okay, now I want to change this using I want to replace this hello with hi. Okay, I want to do something like that. So what I will do, I will just use the previous sentence, and then I want to dot replace, right? Dot replace is a method that I want to use. Dot replace, and as I said, first thing what we have to give the one that we want to replace, and second thing, from for what you want to replace, right? So first thing is like you want to give hello, which is there, right, in the string, and the second thing I want to replace with hi. Okay, very easy, right? So I'm just defining the complete string. Okay, and then there I am, what I'm doing, I'm using the replace function and changing this to hello to hi. Okay, let me use the complete sentence only. Sentence. Okay, replacing this with hi. Now in the last, print sentence, right? Sentence. Okay, now you can see it was hello everyone, and then it changed to hi everyone. Okay, so sentence hello everyone, which I replaced hello with I, so it's printing hi everyone. This is also very common. Let's say if you want to do some mapping in it. So you want to you have a mapping like hello should turn to hi, or anything coming to uppercase should turn to something else, or something where you want to change something using replace function. This function will be very useful if you're working with strings. Okay, now let's take a few other inbuilt function, guys. Okay, so next one is find function. So this find function, what it does, you have to provide a string, and then it will find if that particular word in that big string, if you're looking for that word, it will try to find it. If it is able to find it, then it will return the indexing of that particular string. Okay, so what it does, so string this find method, what it does, searches, right? Searches for the query string that you are providing, query string, and returns the index. If it's not found, then it returns -1. Okay, returns -1. If it is not finding it, if it is not able to find that, if the string is not available in that particular string that you are searching, query string is not available, then it will just simply return, you -1. Okay, so this is find function, guys. And let's take an example now. So let's create a sentence or a string equal to say Python is a great language, and I love Python. Okay, so this is my string. Python is a great language and I love Python. Space here. Okay, now let's create another variable, index, and s dot find. I'm trying to find that. What we want to find, let's find great, right? And if it is able to find, then it will able to print, or then it will, I mean, then I want to print if it is able to find or not, right? So print index. So what I'm doing here, I have given my complete string, which is Python is a great language and I love Python. And then I'm storing whatever s dot find I'm getting on great. So this is the query string that I'm passing here, right? And it's finding it, and if it is there, it will return the index for great. If not, if it is not able to find, then it will return me -1. Let's run this. Okay, so now you can see it is able to find great, and it's saying it is at 12th number index. Okay, if you count it, you will see it is at 12th number. Yeah, spaces are also counted, guys. So don't think this is only, oh, 9, right? No, not 9. So spaces are also there. So 9 plus 3. So 12th. Okay, let's and it always search for cases also. So let's say if I give you uppercase, right, it will give me -1. It's not able to find. So the spaces are always considered in this function. Okay, I hope you understand this one. It's very easy, right? Let's see something all in function in, right? And I think we have seen this one when we are, trying to do some op operational parameters and all we were learning when we were learning on the booleans, right? So what this in function is doing is, so we can put this in a condition, guys. We can simply put this in a condition or a simple if else. Let's take an example. It will be easy to understand. So I'm going to use the same string. Let me copy it here. Okay, s equal to this. And now let's say if great, or great is a string, right? So great in s, then print me Python found, or let's say item find. Let's write item found. Okay, print it. Okay, it says item found now, right? So you can see I passed the same string and I'm running simple if condition. We're looking for this string in this s if I'm using in function, right? I'm using in method here, right? And then I'm able to print it if it is found. Okay, let's change this to uppercase. Let's see what happens, right? I said in previous find method we will not able to find if you change the case, or different cases it doesn't identify. It will say it is not found. Okay, so let's say I ran this one, right? And if you see, it returned me nothing. Why it had not returned me, guys? Think about it. I have given if condition. I did not give what will happen if this if is not satisfied, right? So that's why it's not returning me anything. So let's provide if else print not found. Okay, now it should give me, okay, not found, right? So now it's saying great with uppercase you're looking for, which is not there in this string. So it's going to the else part and returning me not found. Okay, so this was our in function. Okay, now we will take another function, guys. So we are trying to finish all different types of inbuilt functions we have and different kind of operations we can do with this string. So now next thing I'm going to take is a split function. The split function, okay? Split function. So here what it does, so if you have a string, if you have a big string, so what you can do, you can subdivide that string into several different strings. Okay, so it string to subdivide into several strings. This is what it does. Okay, so let me quickly create this markdown. Okay, I'll share this, guys. Whatever I'm writing here, I'll share this. I'm also making a note, a complete no handbook to refer if you want to refer anything like that, right? I'm just creating it. I will also share when it's completely done. So now let's create. I'm going to use the same here as the same string, right? Python is a great language. I love Python. Okay, now what I will do, I will create a variable called words, and then I will use a split function. S dot split. Yeah, and when you are doing this split, right, then how it will understand where it has to split, right? There is should be something like delimiter or something, right? So it will know that a word ends here and then the next one starts. So by default, no, by default it takes space. Okay, delimiter. Okay. So if I run this words is equal to s dot split, and then okay, let me just put it in the single words are split and print words. Okay, now you can see It is giving me all different strings, right? All different strings, and it created a list for me. If you see, this is a list, guys. This is not a string anymore. This words is not a string anymore. It is now a list of words or list of strings. If you want to try, you can try printing the type of it, right? So type of S is what you can see is string. But if you see words here, right? Type of words is list, right? So you can see here, it is a splint function makes your string into multiple subdivided into different strings and store it as a list of it. So different strings are stored into a list. Okay. If you have learned something from the class, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and hit on the bell notification. So next time when I upload a video, you'll get notified. Thanks for watching.